But I would like to ask all of you for this special evening, please stay to the end. We only have the three bands playing tonight, so I assure you in 1 hour we're going to be happily tapping our toes and whistling some songs and walking out the door. So please, please stay until the end. And if for some reason you need to leave in the middle of the concert, could you please wait for a song? Don't stand up in the middle of the song and walk out. Now, to the best part of this year, we have a guest who has been working with us for the past week, coming in for 3 rehearsals with each group. And before we even start with that, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Tuba Music. I think many of you know them by renting or buying your instruments. They have very generously supported this project financially. And also the Yamaha Corporation of Germany has also helped in the sponsorship of bringing Jon to work with us. So we want to thank those 2 sponsors. It's not very often we get to see heavy metal sitting on the stage. So I'm going to let Jon's going to do some talking on his own. And there's a little write-up in the program if you'd like to read a little bit more about his life. But I think we're going to let the music speak for itself. Who's our first reader?
Welcome to our concert. The Transformer Band is excited to perform our second concert and have the opportunity to play with Jon Sass. Our first piece, Expressions in Blue, is an opening fanfare to start the show. Our next piece, Eskimo Dance, is based on the Alaskan Indian song Three Brothers. These dance songs were performed to celebrate important events such as birth, marriage, the change of the seasons, or a successful hunt. We would like to feature Fatima and Jon on the introduction and ending of this piece.
Is written in a traditional 12-bar blues style. We learned with John's help the first steps to improvising. He worked with the call and response form. John played a pattern using 3 notes from the blues scale, and we repeated it. Listen carefully in the middle section of this song to hear what we have learned. Here is our final song, Ratsa Raj.
And I would like to take this opportunity right now. If you look way in the back of the stage, Peter is trying well, I shouldn't say trying, he is very successfully playing a very large new instrument. We have finally gotten a new concert bass drum, and this was made possible by the generosity of the PTF. And I would really, really like to thank them so much for their support, for all they've done for the band, for setting up the refreshments outside, and for providing us with these large instruments. So thank you so much, PTF.
The Ankern Band would like to start off its part of the program with a hit song from 1956. Fever has been sung by many artists, but the version by Peggy Lee from 1958 is one of the most popular associated with the tune. Our bass duo of John and Daniel on the bass clarinet will get things swinging.
opera burst onto the pop scene in 1983 with wild-colored hair, eccentric clothing, and a powerful voice to match. Songs such as Girls Just Want to Have Fun and Time After Time helped her win Best New Artist Grammy in 1985. True Colors is a beautiful song with a message that there is always someone there if you need them. This song features Jon on the melody. We hope you enjoy True Colors.
Great. And actually, I want to say, first of all, thank you to Ms. Sekirkna for the invitation, and for all the wonderful students for their courage, also for taking the first steps to improvisation. And I'd like to play, actually just on that note, I'd like to play a blues piece, which is written from very well-known jazz composer, Thelonious Monk, and this piece is called Blue Monk, for solo tuba. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the tuba is, of all the brass instruments, it's the lowest and largest instrument in the brass family, and it's so actually low that if you were to take all this tubing and stretch it out, I'm sure you can reach the back of the auditorium. So it's a very low instrument. And so Blue Monk.
7th and 8th grade, the encore band, you'll notice that 2 of the students have a little star next to their name. That means that they have successfully auditioned for the Association for Music in International Schools, or AMI, Honor Festival. And this year we have the honor of hosting this festival. It's going to be April 20th through the 23rd. So that means 16 international schools from all over Europe and as far away as Doha and Dubai will be flying their students, 78 total, into Vienna. They will be rehearsing 3 days, 2.5 days here in the theater. And then on Saturday, the 23rd of April, we're going to be moving our whole operation down to the Odeon Theater in the 2nd District. And that's where the gala concert will be. The 2 students who have worked so hard and are still working so hard, Travis and Tanya, please stand. And I hope during those days of rehearsals, and especially for the concert, if you would like to go and see this concert, please just ask me for tickets free of charge. It would be great to have you there. Our school has the double luck of hosting the Honor Orchestra, the Middle School Honor Orchestra Festival, 2 weeks before that. And that's happening April 6th through the 10th, and it is going to be in Salzburg. The whole operation is going to be housed in a youth hostel, and the gala concert will be in Salzburg. If you would like any information about that, if you'd like to spend the weekend in Salzburg, hear some great music, see a beautiful city, please contact Mrs. Reiniger or myself, and I can get you the detailed information on that. But there's a lot of international music making that's going to be happening here in April. So here we go. File number.
Harry Belafonte is one of the most successful Caribbean American pop stars, and he was dubbed the King of Calypso. He is best known for singing the Banana Boat song. In 1975, he wrote Turn the World Around. Belafonte said, "I discovered that song in Africa. I was in a country called Guinea. I went deep into the interior of the country, and in a little village, I met the storyteller. That storyteller went way back in African tradition and African mythology and began to tell the story about the fire, the sun, the water, and the earth. He pointed out the whole of these things put together turns the world around, and all of us are here for a very, very short time. In that time that we're here, there really isn't a difference in any of us if we take the time out to understand each other. The question is, do I know who you are or who I am? Do we care about each other? Because if we do, together we can turn the world around." Jon taught us an expanded call and response form, and we have added an improvisation break to this song. We hope you enjoy our version of Turn the World Around.
We're going to let him tell you a little bit about the song and when you wrote it.
Okay, sure thing. Actually, this is a suite I've written about 5 years ago. I've originally written this for a tuba ensemble, but it also works for brass, and it's been a pleasure to work that with the students here because they've had a chance to do some improvisation in the pieces. So the first movement is called Eskimo Blues. You wonder what that means or what that's about. It's about going to a party with tuba players, if you can imagine what that's like. It has to do with the day after. Eskimo Blues. And then the second movement is called Walk Inside. That's referring to walking into the unexpected. And then the third movement is called Bass Blowers, which is another name I invented for tuba players. So, Eskimo Blues is the first movement. And there's a bit of humor in the music. I don't know if they can pull that off, but hope you enjoy it. Eskimo Blues. will take a little moment to improvise, and you will all do that firsthand right now.
never seen a tuba like that in this theater before.
Oh,
John, thank you very much
Oh,
for making this instrument talk to us all night long
Oh.
and working with our students over the last week. So thank you very much.
thank you. I'd like to say I worked a lot with students around the world, actually, also with improvisation. And I will say a big compliment to all of you for your courage. And you really did a great job, all of you. And thank you. Thanks very much.
We are fortunate to be in the city of music and to have professionals like John around. And we also have a lot of our musical instrument teachers, our strings, our band, and our choir who are tapped into this to allow this sort of situation to happen where our kids get to see what professional musicianship is like. So, Ms. Saykirchner, thank you for getting this organized, this concert tonight, and thank you all for coming. So,
Yes.